Hey there. Season seems to be a very controversial topic, and forgive me while I talk. I'm gonna switch off of this hardcore character I started, because I don't want to get myself killed. I'm not a huge fan of Lost. Let's talk about Lost. People seem to think that they're going to lose something with seasons and seasonal characters. They're going to lose all the progress they've made on their main character, their eternal character, while they switch over to seasons to take part in the battle pass and whatnot. And I don't know why this is a controversial topic, but apparently for a lot of people it is. Um, to get something out of the way, I used to play Diablo 1 when I was a kid. I was born in the 80s, kind of old. I've been around a long time. I used to carry the disc around every house I'd go to, every PC I would have access to. I would install Diablo on it and play it. I love the series. I've been playing them for a long time. I didn't actually play seasons in Diablo 3 because I too was not a fan of the idea of starting new characters and doing this temporary run through. I just wanted to play my normal characters, and I did. I did that. I ignored seasons, and I wasn't phased by it. I still enjoyed my time, and I think that you guys can potentially do the same. You don't have to worry about having lost a bunch of progress because your eternal character is going to stay there. So if you do want to take part in the season, by all means, jump onto a class you haven't played before, try it out, maybe start a new build on the class you're playing, or maybe you just want to jump into the leaderboards, try your hand at seeing, how you match up against, some of the hardcore players. So, or not hardcore, but, some of the more less than casual players. So you jump into a season, you try your hand at that, you do the battle pass, you get all that you can out of the season, you finish the battle pass, whatever, and then what do you do until the next season? Your eternal character's still there. So a lot of people are treating it like this massive loss of progress, like, well, now all this time I spent on my eternal character is completely gone. That's not the case at all. Just do the season, try out something new, or don't, whichever you prefer, and get those seasonal rewards, and then put them in your stash or whatever. I don't know the means because I've never done a season, as I said, and I thought the idea was stupid before. Um, but I'm gonna try it out. I actually do like the aspect of trying new characters, playing through the story again, stuff like that. Now, I fall in the middle of the road with Renown. I think the complete Renown re-farming every time is stupid, and I don't want to have to do that. But I agree with having to do some of it, and I want to do some of it. I like the story, and I want to replay it. Some of the side quests were good, and I would like to do some of them, but not all of them. I'm, of course, going to do dungeons again anyway, just to farm experience and to reacquire aspects or whatever I need to get through the season, because I don't know if I'm going to play hardcore or Eternal, because that's another differential. If you're playing, like, there's already two realms. There's hardcore and Eternal. Hardcore, if you die, you're dead. And that might be incentive for people to try hardcore in the seasons as well, since it's already like a temporary thing. Why not add a little extra incentive or excitement into your gameplay by trying hardcore when you do it? But whatever the case, if you're not into that sort of thing, you can simply opt out of doing it. A lot of games have battle passes, and a lot of people don't like doing them. And yeah, you simply opt out. I mean, all games nowadays have FOMO, and that's all the battle pass is. It's fear of missing out. Oh, it has these arbitrary rewards, cosmetics, whatever bullshit that people feel like they need to have for whatever reason. And if that's you and you get upset about that type of thing, then you need to reevaluate your life and how the weight that you hold on these stupid video game achievements or rewards. I mean, sure, it's fun to get them and have them in the meantime, and you're absolutely not wrong for trying. I like doing it too. But yeah, for you to like get completely upset and threaten the developers, or just threaten to not play the game, or whatever, or just hope that it fails, or just to completely bitch and complain about it is unreasonable when there's actual problems that need to be fixed. There's bugs, there's bugs, there's server errors, there's people dying to bullshit in hardcore that they shouldn't be dying to. And people are complaining about this arbitrary seasonal thing that really doesn't matter. And I plan to try seasons. I think there is actually some value to be had by doing the resetting and trying new classes within seasons rather than outside of that. And you can always move some stuff from your seasonal stash into your eternal stash. So afterwards, in between seasons, if I like that class enough, I can invest into an eternal version of it as well. So I think that's a really cool thing that people shouldn't underestimate. Additionally, I would like to point out that I played a lot of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 because this seems to be controversial, especially for people coming from Destiny 2 with the whole sunsetting thing that nobody likes at all. And I would like to... Oh boy, that was spicy. I'd like to point out the difference between sunsetting as a whole and seasonal content, because sunsetting is actually like uprooting the entire like core of the content. They're removing massive pieces of content from the story that really limits the way that new players are able to come into and interact with the game and the story. They already start off behind, but now entire chunks of the story have been removed and reworked in a weird way. And as somebody that I didn't play as much D2 as you guys probably. I quit way sooner because I didn't like the repeated power grind of just a light level. I like when they add new content and they add new levels. And I think like the first Destiny content update in Destiny 2 had a new level grind attached to it, which they eventually abandoned. And I really don't like that. I like leveling back up or leveling up more when they add new content, and then grinding out new power level gear and new statted gear and stuff. I don't want to simply just have to grind new gear every 3 months for the sake of grinding new gear. Like, I would like some more meat with my potatoes, you know what I mean? So I think the seasonal reset is actually a much better way of doing things than actually just deleting entire chunks of content and re-adding this never-ending structure that just makes the game bloated so large to the point where they have to delete half of it. Because yeah, that makes it great for veterans and longtime players, but for new people it makes it really awkward. Or people like me who are in the camp that, like, I bought this story, I want to be able to play it 10 years down the road and enjoy all of it again. So the fact that Destiny removes entire pieces of the story and content really fucking pisses me off and makes me uninterested in playing any other games or investing into their games ever again. Whereas in Diablo, I get to relive the story that I know I enjoy a different way, at different speeds because of the different mechanics they add, or I can skip it altogether if I don't want to do that. I have my eternal characters, I can just do those. I can play other games, whatever, which is really the ultimate suggestion when you hit the end game in any game. It's called the end game for a reason. Most players with half a brain are going to move on to a new game to experience something else. But there are, of course, diehard fans that will mindlessly grind the same shit over and over and over again to no end. And they're not wrong for that. I do that a lot as well. I'm one of those people half the time, but I see both sides of the spectrum. And, you have to be able to see both sides of the spectrum as well. So before just jumping down Blizzard's throat or, Diablo fans' throats for being defensive of seasons and how they work, as a lot of people are saying, at least try them out and experience them. And if you don't like them, you don't like them. Give your feedback at that point. Um, but yeah, like see how it works, how it fits for you. You might be surprised. A lot of them are saying that you'll be surprised and you find you like it better. So I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt because I see the potential in having to start a new character. I've started new characters multiple times in Destiny as well and enjoyed that experience. To have to make alts to to regrind the raids I've already done and stuff like that. Every game has its problematic features and design that you learn to deal with. And I'm not saying that makes it better or acceptable to deal with a game's jank. If it's truly bad for everybody, the developers will fix it. But I think that they've found over the test of time over years that people or the seasonal model works out really well. But yeah, just keep in mind your eternal character is eternal. It's always there. You can always play it. You do not have to play the seasonal stuff within that character. You can eventually carry it over to some of it, if not all of it. I'm not sure to that character. Eventually, at least the special cosmetic rewards, maybe the special gear sets. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Just yeah, give it a chance, and don't be overly negative about it. And this is coming from someone that's usually overly negative about a lot. Um, Especially Blizzard related, since I've been a fan, on and off throughout the years, for various reasons. Same with Bungie. They're not they're not exactly innocent or capable, or shown that they can be capable in listening to feedback and treating it properly as well. So we just have to see what Blizzard does. You just have to give seasons a chance. I know I'm going to. But yeah, that's about it. Peace.